guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Abigail, also known as Natural as Abby, and if you're an old subscriber, welcome back. So today I am actually going to be trying something new. I don't think I've ever did this video on my channel ever, but I always thought the video was interesting, so here I am doing it, and that's what's on my iPhone. Now I actually currently just purchased this phone. I actually have the iPhone XR. I wanted to treat myself for my birthday last year, which was in December. But I also was not trying to pay, I'm just being honest. I didn't want to pay so much for the newest phone, which was, I think, the 12 iMax, whatever. There's just so many new phones. So the XR was actually still out. That was one of the ones that was still out. I recently, before this one, I had the 7 Plus. With the 7 Plus, I noticed my storage, it was so annoying because I only had 32 gigabytes. And my storage was always like, oh, you need to delete stuff, you need to do stuff. What I will say with this phone, which I love with the XR, I believe I have 64 gigabytes, and I never have the issue where it's like, you have too much storage. You have too much storage, you gotta delete stuff. I have like a bunch of photos on here, so definitely this was a good buy for me, I think. And I believe this was roughly like $500, so this was one of the cheaper ones. But just to show you guys what my phone is looking like, so I actually got the yellow. You can get it in different colors for the XR, which reminds me of when I had the 5C. Like, I had a lot of iPhones, so, but anyway. So the 5C was pretty much like that. You could get different colors. But I decided to get the yellow because that was probably the nicest color I felt out of all of them. And as you guys can see, it just says iPhone on here. And I got a like yellow golden case to match my aesthetics and background. And then on here I have the what do you call this? This is the here is one of those things. So I normally like pop sockets, but the reason why I got this because it just is convenient to have one of these rings or like a pop socket when you're watching something. Actually, it makes a total difference because sometimes I like to watch stuff upright, whether I'm watching like this, watching YouTube or Netflix, especially Netflix on your phone. You gotta watch it like this. You can never watch it this way. So I actually recently purchased this from Forever 21 when I was back in Florida. I saw it in the aisle and I was like, oh, I might as well get one. It's just like a cherry, and then yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna get into it. I'm going to screen record this, but should be on this side or this side. I don't know which one yet. Probably on this side though. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and start screen recording. Alright, so it started. So as you guys can see, this is my profile picture, and yeah, so nothing major. Alright, so now getting into my apps. Now I've recently did a cleanup or more organized look. Especially if you know with the iOS 14 thing, you can change it up. So I've changed it up a couple of times, but this is pretty much standard like how I have it for right now. I may change it again. As you guys can see on the top left corner, I have melanin, just a cool thing I saw, and when I found out about widgets, so I put that because I have melanin and I thought the picture was cool, and afro being natural hair like I am myself. Okay, and then on the top left is I just put everything as email. Really, FaceTime is not email, but I just put there. I need to delete my messages, I know. But it's just, I feel like when I have so many emails on my phone, it's tedious to sit there and delete all of them on the phone. So I at least try to do it at least once, but I've been better. I'm trying to do like twice a month where I go on my laptop, because on the laptop or on a computer, you can delete emails in a mass amount. If that makes sense. You could delete like 50, 60 emails in one shot, as opposed to when you're on the phone, you have to keep on swiping, delete, and it takes longer. So that's generally what I try to do to just decrease the number of, but yes, I know 380 is a lot. Gmail, my Gmail, I have 3 accounts actually linked to that. My work email, and then my personal like email for, you know, my brand and all that stuff. So I have a couple of emails, but what I like about Gmail, it doesn't show you the numbers, so like you won't see how much, but I know I have a few emails that I got deleted on there. But I think I've done pretty good with my Gmail. And then Outlook is for my other work email, so I could just keep track if anything. Generally, I don't get too much emails, so I generally just check on my phone for that personal email, because mostly my Gmail account email for my school is what I get more emails on. But anyway. And then just the App Store and FaceTime. I think I just randomly put this here, but I probably should move that. But It doesn't even matter. And then next to that is the calendar, of course. You know what a calendar is, so I'm not going to get into that. Wallet, I really don't use. Let's see here. Notes, I use heavily. My notes, I use it for a lot of, more so like if I'm planning something or there's just something, a template that I need to remember. That's really what my note section is for, to jot down. Or even sometimes if I'm going to buy some stuff that I really need, I make a note of like, oh, I need to buy this. Like recently I was like, I need to buy a laptop case, just so I can have a reminder of the things that I need. So this is just a quick jot down, like if I'm not going to write that in my journal. Calculator, you know, when you need to calculate. Reminders, I use heavily as well. Reminders, I would say I use more so than I use notes, because reminders allows me, like, any little miscellaneous things, like, oh, I gotta finish this or something like small. I usually just use my reminder for that, just so I can remember and not forget. Or, you know, the first of the month, remember to pay certain bills, blah blah, like stuff like that, pay my loans and whatever. Shortcuts, I don't think I've ever used. Settings, you know, settings is just shows you the general stuff, your lighting and all that different stuff, and don't need to get into that. And clock, I do use clock, you know, because gotta have my alarm. So I change my alarm every day, honestly, but 7:10 is generally the time that I put. Thankfully it's the last week of work, so after this I'll be turning off this alarm until whatever. But generally I wake up at 7, but sometimes if I happen to sleep a little later, I'll put an alarm. And then all these other alarms that I had that I just never changed, but it changes. But as you guys can see, I put it every weekday so that so that you don't have to consistently put on an alarm every day. You can just put it every weekday. That way it's every day, every morning at that time it rings. Alright, anyway, so you know your stopwatch, timer, and all that stuff, which I use heavily when I'm washing my hair and stuff. Maps and weather, you guys know what that is. Nothing really major. Okay, now here, as you guys can see, I try to categorize most stuff. So here's my photo and video section. So Wideogram, I haven't used really often, but I still have in my phone. Wideogram is pretty much, you can get like Wideogram basic. It's like if I took a photo right now of myself and then I can kind of have a white background around my photo, is really what Wideogram is essentially. iMovie, I haven't used it. I feel like in the beginning of just creating content for my channel, I was using it heavily, especially on my 7 Plus, but now I don't use it at all. So then I have Camera, which you guys know Camera is for. Beauty Plus, I actually don't use. I don't know why I got the app, but I don't even use it. Repost, I use it like once. It's kind of like, for example, if somebody else posts something, whether it's something you're featured in or something like that, you can repost it that way, or you can just share it. It's the same thing, but I used it like once. Photos, you know what photos are. I just have all my photos. And Photo Grid, I use it really for putting two like photos together if needed. I use that more than I do a Wideogram. It's pretty much a collage app, and you can use it for multiple things. Okay, next is social media. Okay, Instagram, of course, that I have, being that I'm a content creator, of course, and I have my personal, and so I have my personal one because I don't want like to have like personal stuff like on personal, and then I have my public one for my brand and everything. So I have two. And then Facebook, of course. Facebook, I feel like I use more, like I barely post. I feel like when I started Facebook, which was I was in high school, I was posting more photos and all that stuff. Now I like post the photo every once in a while to be like I'm alive. But as far as Facebook for that type of stuff, but I use Facebook more for networking with other content creators, if anything, than anything. And then Messenger, you know, Facebook Messenger, you use it to just message people on from Facebook. WhatsApp, same thing, another messenger. Influencer, my favorite app, if you didn't know that by now, because I get free boxes all the time. Highly recommend it. You can check the referral link down below. It's no cost. It's a free app, and pretty much you do a profile that allows you to create a profile. What's your hair length? What's your hair type? What's your skincare needs? What's your hair care needs? What type of supplements you like? Like, it just goes on. If you like makeup, what type of makeup you like, and what type of things that you use. Do you use toner? Do you use face lotion? All that stuff. Scrubs, all that stuff. If you want my whole spiel on how to make an account or how to get free boxes, I have a whole video on that as well. I'll leave it linked up in the cards, but I'll also leave it down below. I don't want to make this about influencer because this is not only about influencer. IGTV, I got it because sometimes if a video is a little longer, you can post it on IGTV. For example, if it's like more than 2 minutes and stuff like that. Normally that's what IGTV is for, but I generally don't actually go on actual IGTV. Very seldomly do I do that. Next is Snapchat, which I go on ever so often, but I do have Snapchat. Super Great is another which I go over ever so often when I remember to, but it's also like influencer a little bit, but different in that with Super Great, it's basically a token based system, so you have to get a certain amount of tokens to then get a box. Whereas influencer, you kind of just take a survey and then they'll choose which one box they want to send you, and of course it's not a lottery, but it's like, I guess they just kind of feel what you really were liking and what you don't, and then they kind of send you one box out of all these things that you may have selected. Next, of course, TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. It's basically my name together, natural as Abby together, in lowercase letters, but I'll leave it down below, and it's in the description box as well. And then Clubhouse, I haven't been really using it as often. I don't know, like I just feel like I don't want to be randomly following people on Clubhouse. I don't know. And I did listen in when I first got the app, and of course, if you don't know what Clubhouse is, it's pretty much like another social media platform that has been created for people to network. But I mean, I have listened into some, content creator things, but like it's just been like sometimes I just get so absorbed in other things that I'm not even thinking about Clubhouse right now. But I feel like when the summer hits, then I'll probably be more like engaged listening into different Clubhouse sessions. And lastly, Pinterest. I haven't been using Pinterest that much, but I do have Pinterest. So if you have Pinterest, you can follow me. It's also Natural as Abby as well. I've posted some things of mine on there. Next is Extra. So Find My. Find My is definitely good. Really, I only use Find My, and it's like, I don't want to say you tracking person, but it's kind of good to know where your family is. And I really, the only two people that I have that I for Find My is my sister and my mom. So we can find each other if anything, for whatever reason, but that's it. The only thing with Find My, though, if the person's not connected to Wi-Fi or some type of data, you can't find them. That's the only issue with Find My, but yeah. Apple Watch, of course, for your Apple Watch, you can connect your Apple Watch. I have the Apple Series 3, I believe, yes, and mine's is, though, it's the 42mm, so this is, I believe, the biggest size in terms of the Apple Watch. And currently, I switched back to my black, although I'm about to get some new watch bands I'm excited for, so yeah, but anyway. Stocks, I don't really use. I'm trying to get into stocks. I know I said that last year, but I still not uncertain of what I want to invest in. So, fitness, pretty much you can track it on your Apple Watch as well, but you guys know fitness is just to track your fitness. Numbers, I don't use GarageBand. I don't use Keynotes. This is just extra stuff that Apple always gives you that you don't really need. Okay, next, I just have this as spiritual. So my hymnal, just for music purposes. My Bible, and then Kindle. I haven't used it for a while, but I forgot that I have a book that I still haven't finished, so I need to go back to that book as well, but that's just a reminder. So the summertime, I'm gonna try to read that book and go back to it, because it's like one of those books to help you setting your goals and aspirations and all that stuff. Okay, next is YouTube apps, because I'm a YouTuber. Yay. So YouTube, see a lot of notifications, I gotta clear that out. But YouTube, of course, because YouTuber. YouTube tracker, highly recommend that if you're a new YouTuber, because it tracks, basically, I'll just show you guys. So it tracks, hold on, if it opens. Alright, there you go. My subscriber count is currently hidden, so you can't see it, but I have over 1,000. So if you wanted to know. Watch time, okay, remind me later. Okay, so recently, it actually keeps your last subscribe, which is pretty accurate. So this is my subscriber count, and this is my current watch time, and yes, I'm monetized, so watch the ads. No, you don't have to watch it, but the ads do help us. It monetizes our videos, so that's really what ads are for, and they show you your progress and all that stuff. If you're like, you lost a subscriber or you gained one and all that stuff. And then this is just the dashboard and stuff, how many views you have, how many videos, and all that jazz. Okay, next, YouTube Studio. Now, YouTube Studio, I'm thinking of doing a video like when I'm fully monetized for a year. But YouTube Studio pretty much shows you your estimated revenue, your latest video performance, and then you also can see your video, all your videos, your playlists, your comments, and analytics. Highly recommend this app as well, YouTube Studio, because it's kind of like pretty much the phone version of your YouTube studio on the computer. And I just feel like the YouTube studio on here is more detailed. Maybe it's just me, but I can even go into the video personally on here. And I think you can on the computer, but I just like it better. It's just user-friendly, in my opinion, on the phone. Because I like it better. I can even click on the video. It tells you how many subscribers you may have gained from the video. It also tells you, like, how well it's done in a certain amount of hours. Whether it's 48 hours or whether it's within the 24 hours. So it's a lot of analytical things. Next, InShot. So, like I was saying, I love InShot because InShot is probably, like, a step up for me from iMovie. InShot allows you to do all of the different social media platforms, which what I mean is you can convert it to, if it's a TikTok, you can make an Instagram, a layout, you can make a YouTube. I've actually edited some videos, YouTube videos, like if it was filmed on my phone, that is, not on my camera. I've edited on there as well. So just to kind of show you guys, so like it would be like video, photo, collage. You can also do collages as well and things of that nature on InShot. Next is TubeBuddy. I use it ever so often, to be honest, because I just normally use TubeBuddy or like what is it called? Well, I can't remember the platform. No, it's not Viki. It's vidIQ. Sorry, vidIQ. By the way, if you want to try vidIQ, I have a link down below for new people to try it. I generally like vidIQ because vidIQ kind of gives me a range of where my video would rank and things of a general range of what my video will rank and how it would rank. So that's what I like vidIQ for. But I have vidIQ and TubeBuddy both on my I was gonna say on my layout on my laptop. I have the extension, so I don't really use it too much on my phone because I generally just edit everything in terms of thumbnails, stuff like that, on my laptop. And last is Canva. So Canva is good for like making intros, outros, and things of that nature. So yeah, that's really what I use for Canva. And also you can also make posts, different types of posts, whether it's a flyer or it's something like that. Let's see, influencer apps. This is just a few. Some of these I don't even use anymore. So Mavely, which is on the left, I don't really use. I don't even know if I'm even still connected, but it's supposed to be like an influencer app. I'm sorry, but some of these influencer apps don't really help me. And then I have some good ones, and some of the good ones I really use on my laptop. They're not even on my phone right now. Linkit, which is Collective Linkit. I use it. It's a good link. I've found out about it. It's pretty much kind of like it helps for affiliate links. So if you notice some links in my description box down below, or sometimes I'll link something. So definitely recommend it because as a small content creator, you know, any like little thing helps for you continuing to make videos. So if the only thing with Collective Linkit, not every brand or store is on there, obviously. Like I won't find a black owned business, so those I generally link from the site. But if it's a universal product, like for example Shea Moisture that's sold at different of these big places like Target, Walmart, and things like that, then yes. Spin, I don't even know why I joined this. I'm really gonna probably just delete my account because it's kind of like a thing, kind of you go live and you do videos. And it's not that I don't essentially have the time to do it, but it's just like an extra app that I'm just like, why do I even have it? Because I don't have the time to sit there. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I didn't even really understand the app really. I don't know why I got it, but it's there. Post for Rent is kind of an annoying app to me for right now. I don't know if because you have to have a bigger following. I did see another influencer recommend it, and they said that they had a lot of like collaborations and things like that, and they actually do give you payments. Some is for free, but also there's some for payment. But honestly, Post for Rent, I don't, you know. If you want to see the influencer apps I really love, I do have a video on that as well. I shared at least 10 different influencer apps on there. Definitely, I will leave it down below. One I didn't mention though was We Sponsored. It's another one that you can also check out, but yeah, I digress. And CrowdTap is not really an influencer app. It's more of an app that I use. Pretty much you answer questions. You can answer just daily questions. It asks you daily questions about your life. And as you answer those questions, it's based on a point system. When you reach a certain point system, you can actually redeem a gift card, whether it's from Target, Amazon. I can't remember everything off the top of my head. I think Chipotle is on there, and just other major providers. Actually, I could tell you. Next, entertainment. So Netflix, of course. Disney Plus I have as well. Rakuten, Viki, pretty much it has different dramas from, like, I guess you could say Asian countries, so Korea, China. Let's see what else. I can't remember right now. Japan, and the list goes on. There's a few different countries, so it has a wide range of assortments. So I know right now a lot of Korean stuff has been brought to the attention in terms of like videos and movies on Netflix, but Viki actually has a wide range of all of them. Some that you've seen on Netflix, but then there's just even more. So that's what I use Viki for. And then Amazon Music, of course, for music purposes. Now this is work stuff for generally. Google Voice I use for work. Google Voice essentially is just to keep your personal number blocked so that people don't know it, obviously. Zoom, I really use my personal Zoom on here, like if I'm talking to family or something for whatever reason I use Zoom. Grammarly, I just have it under productivity. Grammarly, I don't really use it on my phone. I use it more so on my laptop. It kind of just like if you misspell words and stuff like that. I was using this in college as well. If you misspell words or something like that, it will highlight it and say this is not how it's spelled, or try another way, or they'll give you suggestions. So that's really what Grammarly in terms of is what really it is for grammar. Okay, lifestyle, let's see here. Beauty Keeper, I mentioned this app. I did a whole video on this app. So Beauty Keeper allows you to know when some of your products are expired if the expiration date is not on there. And I have a whole video on how do you know if your products are expired, so I'll leave that down below. I'm not going to get a whole spill on this. Amazon, of course, because I shop at Amazon. Who doesn't shop at Amazon? Also Beauty, I recently just got the app, but I generally really purchase, when I purchase stuff, I always purchase it through my phone. I mean my laptop, not on the app, but I have the Ulta Beauty app because I do purchase that app. Ulta Beauty P-Tracker, just to pretty much track my period and menstruation. Fly Delta, I just recently got it, but the app, but you don't really need it. It kind of just tracks if you are a member, of course, on Delta. So I am one of the, I have Delta Scout miles, you know, whatever. And as you build miles, certain miles, then that can lead to different things, whether it's a free ticket and stuff like that. So, but it shows me my mileage, my current mileage, my recent trips and things of that nature. And finance, so my bank accounts and Cash App, so MCU, Capital One, and Cash App. And then these are games, so I might be childish for these games, but Best Fiends is actually really keeps your mind, like your brain working, because the way Best Fiends is, it's like kind of like, I guess you want to call them like monsters, and each level is like, of course there's easy levels and then there's challenging. Episode, probably childish for playing this, but episode is pretty much like, it reminds me of Sims in that it's kind of like a, well, you don't make a house. It's not like Sims, because in Sims you make houses. But here you don't make any houses. You just kind of create your character. And it's kind of like reading a book pretty much, but in a more interactive way. Then next is this Widget Smith here. And I don't know if you guys can see it on the the bottom right corner. It says daily reminders. So it says your current situation is not your final destination. Just focus on what elevates you and makes you better. Don't listen to people doubting how far you can go. Just stick to your own thing. So that's just a reminder. And then here I've shared some apps that was beneficial to you that you want to try. I'll try to leave most of everything that I said and videos to anything that may relate as far as free boxes type stuff and things of that nature, and also to get apps where you can get some influencer collabs, even if you're looking for free collabs, as opposed to brands asking to pay for it, because if they ask you to pay for it, do not do it. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, you hit the notification bell and the subscribe button so that you're notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.